optical circuit switch networks. So in this particular optical circuit switch network, then you can see that there is a configuration we can see in this particular diagram. Okay, so here in this particular diagram, you can see that optical how that particular 6 nodes have been connected. So yesterday we have seen this one. So when you're talking about the disadvantages, okay, so here disadvantages of optical circuits, which only one thing we need to understand is it cannot be efficiently handle the burst trophy. That means what if sudden changes are there, sudden amount of data is coming. So for that particular matter, so it is not designed for it. So that is the only disadvantage of what we have. Okay. So in such a traffic condition, the data is sent in optical burst in of different length. So and therefore the resources cannot be readily assigned. So at this particular time, we can go for the packet switched networks, that is OPS. So here in the OPS, the network data is transported entirely in the optical domain without the intermediate optoelectrical conversions. So here the data will be transported entirely in the optical domain. So that is the one of the advantage in the optical packet switched networks. So here an optical packet switch performs the 4 basic functioning of that is routing, forwarding, switching as well as buffering. The 4 basic functions: routing, forwarding, switching and buffering. So we know that routing provides network connectivity. Okay, forwarding means forwarding from one particular node to another particular node. Switching also, and buffering also, store it, and when it is available, we are going to send it. So when we are talking about optical packet switched network format, you can have to see that header or label will be there. So your guard band will be present. So and the payload will be present. Okay. So between the between the packet duration, one packet duration to another packet duration, there is a once again the guard band is available. Okay, so you can see that in this diagram, the optical packet switch network. So see, when project presentation is going on, I will be telling that you have to make the figure. Okay, if you are taken from the any particular reference material, you need to have this particular thing, right? So that is what exactly I tell you. So optical packet switch networks, so you can have a look at it. The core routers. So there will be core routers. I can see that there are all the rounds are all the nodes are nothing but the rounds. Okay, so nodes we can say. So your optical packet, when you're talking about your label 1, label 2, that means what label 1, label 2 are the headers and remaining are the packets. So you can see that there is a connection, that is once one particular area is over, there is a edge router. So through the edge router, we are going to connect the different networks. So you can see that there is a SONET client network, and there is a IP client network. Okay, and then there is a optical cross connect core and WAN. You can see this particular diagram. So in this is the example what I told you. On this particular diagram, you can see that general optical label switched network configuration. So in this particular general optical label switched network configuration, so it is reprinted with the permission of so and so. So you can see that okay, so you can see that the interfaces. So in the input interfaces, output interfaces, between these two there is a optical buffer and optical buffer at the two ends. So when that optical buffer are there at the two ends, so you can see that the label extractor, so routing processor and control electronics will be present. So switch fabric, optical buffer, all those things. See, these are the just a configuration. You can able to understand very clearly how the data will be routed from one end to another end. So next we can see that multi-protocol label switching. So here multi-protocol label switching, it provides efficient designation, routing of traffic flows through an optical packet switching network. Okay, so this was originally proposed by Cisco system, so and was called tag switching. So a multi-protocol label switching uses labels to forward traffic across the various MPLS domains. So explanation part of it is been given here. You can go through it. So here summary of MPLS functions and implementation when you are talking about. So here time, packet or cell and wavelength will be there. So traffic type is TDM or SONET, IP, transparent. Okay. So all those things are available here. Okay. So forwarding or implementation scheme. What exactly when you are talking about the time domain? So time slot in repeating cycle will be used. When you're talking about packet or cell, so IP router, ATM switch will be used. And when you're talking about the wavelength, you can see that optical domain DWDM switch and all will be present. So one popular service provided by MPLS based network as IP virtual provide is VPN, which is virtual private network. So this particular virtual private network will be deployed over the SDH or SONET. So this is some of the features have been discussed here. So you can go through it. It's very easy and you can understand very easy. So here one of the next part we need to understand is what instead of MPLS it is the GMPLS, that means a generalized MPLS. So generalized MPLS. So what I would say there are some enhancement from the MPLS. What are the enhancement? So label exchange to include non-packet networks, establishment of bidirectional LSPs, signaling for establishment of backup, expediting label assignment. Okay, so waveband based waveband switching support, all those things will come into picture. So here in addition to GMPLS incorporates a link management protocol which performs from four functions. What are the four functions? Control of channel management, link connectivity, link property, correlation and fault isolation. So these are the some of the features of the GMPLS. You can be able to see it. Since the next topic we can see that is the optical burst switching network, it is OBS. So here OBS is the hybrid of switching and routing technology, so which uses electronics to control the routing decisions, but keep the data in the optical domain. That is the one thing. So you can see that concept of optical burst switching. You can see that there are edge router will be there. So why edge router will be there? So from the any other network to some other network, when you are routing the data, we use the edge router. So in that particular thing, you can see that there are 1, 2, 3, 4 networks are there. So routers are there. In that one is edge router. Okay, so the data will be transferred over that optical concept of optical burst switching. So when any burst is happening, okay, so burst will be having the burst header. Okay, so control channel will be taking care. So burst header when it comes, so it will be sent to it will be routed to the transmitter. Okay, suddenly if any data want to be transmitted, so apart from normal channel, you can send it through the transmitter via the dynamic routing. So there the diagram indicates like that. So now we can see that optical burst switch shared there. So these are the concepts. Okay, so you can use that. So when you're using the IP, when you're using the SONET, when you're using any other format. So from users it is P2, P1. Okay, so packet 1, packet 2 like that. It is in P represents packet. So edge router, the edge router, why it is used? So you can see that from the users, if you are, the data will be passed to the router through the edge router. Okay, so and from core router, that means what in the B diagram you can see that from the core router, that means what like a server. So how the data will be passed to the end users, that also you can able to see. IP, SDH, SONET, any format you can able to see. See all these explanations. See why I made, because It's an human tendency that the last units, if you are having the more contents in the PPT, so at least you will go through it. Okay, so that is why I can taken more contents in the PPT only. So it itself acts as a complete notes. Okay, so need not worry about any other thing. If you want to learn from this particular diagram, so from this particular module, so you can PPT itself is enough. So optical network, when you're talking about this one, okay. So here a modern complex dense wavelength division multiplexed backbone network with add or drop channel. So that is the figure A. It is indicating. You can see that from the multiplexer to demultiplexer. So multiplexer will multiplex the signal and listen. So here OADM optical add drop multiplexer, once again it will add some channels, remove some channels. After that long haul fiber span will be there. Okay, so after optical amplifier will be used. Okay, in the core ring, okay, ring router. Okay, so passive connected, you can take it consideration. So in the core ring, so there may be enterprise network may be present. Okay, it may be present means what may not be also present. So there is a connection. So routing to some of the different LAN or metropolitan area network and all. So we can able to route the data. That is what exactly the concept. So that after that once again it will go into a demultiplexer for the destination. So in between also you can take the data. That is called optical network deployment. Then able to see. So and one more thing you need to understand here is all things are with wired only. Okay, there is something like satellite communication. That means what for that only wireless will be used. Apart from here, everything will be used with respect to the optical networks, optical fibers only. So here structure of a point to point PWDM link for the long haul network. So you can see that transmitting mode, multiplexer, EDF, yeah, all those things will be present. So next concept we can go for the long haul network. So long haul network means what? It is connecting a several national or regional networks together. So how that particular connection of several national or regional thing will be there. So you can see this optical fiber network interconnectivity among the major US cities. So that is what exactly you can see that Chicago. Okay, so you can see that Seattle, Los Angeles. Okay, so San Diego, Austin. So all these things you can able to see. So that means what it is connecting more. Okay, so you can see the diagram. I'll show you. So you can dry plant, wet plant, dry plant, wet plant, as well as once again the dry plant. That means what? Here wet plant indicates it is in the submarine. Okay, so you can see that in the wet plant you can able to see that. Okay, so the branching unit gain equalizer. That means what here? Wet plant indicates like any signal modification is happening. Okay, so with respect to signal processing, that can be taken care in this particular wet plant. So all these things are in the submerged cable system. So as I told you, the submerging means what? It is something like under the sea, that is under the water. That is called what? Wet plant, submerged cable system. So and after that, so long haul network, the connection between the many networks and all, it is can able to see it. So next is what a metropolitan area network. So in this particular metropolitan area network, so you can see that the two long haul networks are connected together. That means for two cities or else two states are connected together. That is in the ring topology. So the connection you can see in the structure of a metropolitan area network. Ring 1, ring 2. Okay, all those things you can able to see. So after that metropolitan area network, that is metropolitan area network for typical large city. So the radius you can see that 31 kilometers, 44 kilometers. Okay, all those things are from one node to another node, but that area should be covered. So 56 is the maximum you can see in this particular diagram. 16 is also there. So that means in the terms of hundreds, okay, in terms of tens below the 100, you can able to see this particular thing. So access network transmission media deployment strategies you can able to see. So optical fiber or other medium. So your local exchange hub. Okay. So it is something like the connection. See, connecting to the various things. So access network, twisted pair copper cable, hybrid coaxial fiber, optical fiber. All these things are coming under the access network. See, tables and all you do not worry because so those are not necessary to remember. So when you're talking about the generic hybrid fiber coaxial cable TV network, you can able to see this one. Okay. So I can see in the generic hybrid fiber thing how the thing will be there. So a generic hybrid fiber coaxial cable TV system. So your optical fiber will be ranging from 5 to 50 kilometer. So there is an optical node. There is a coaxial cable. So 500 to 2000 ohms will be served from one particular trunk that is using the RF amplifier. So in between the RF radio frequency amplifier, we can use the line amplifier. See, these connections and all are very much familiar to you people. Just go through it, you'll understand. Okay, that's what I can say. So here in so in applications in these network, RF amplifiers are used to trunk, and line amplifier used to amplify the signal power in the coaxial cable. That's all. So to your line, to your home, the line is coming. That is the coaxial. So all those things are explained here. So you can see this diagram. This is local exchange and router network. So it is the NIU. We can see that remote node and yeah, NIU. It is network interface unit. Okay, so feeder distributor. We can able to see it. And the local exchange or office. You can see that LO. So and the next one is what curb cabinet is ONU. ONU stands for optical network unit. Okay. So general structure of a passive optical network will be like this. So there will be optical line terminator. So and then optical splitter demultiplexer you can able to see, and then I can see that optical network unit is ONUs are different, they are connected. And then asynchronous transfer mode passive optical network is APON. So there is OLT. OLT means what? Optical line terminator. So you can see that maximum of 20 kilometers splitter or combiner can be used. Okay, so all those things are shown here. So after that, just we can see that there are some access network streams. See, these are all something like a very simple diagram, not so important. But only thing is what you need to learn it. Okay, so you need to remember the diagram. So diagrams, if you will remember, just write the explanation from your own. That is enough. Okay. So since we have that particular concept of okay, so since we have the concept of what do you call for that open choice. Okay, so no need of worrying that much. So these are the diagrams what we have access network. So we can see this particular diagram. So in this particular diagram, we can able to see that in the access network, block schematic of wavelength division multiplexed passive optical network. passive optical network, how the particular thing will be there. See, OLT will be there. So WDM source, WDM receiver will be there. OBPF will be there. So, and after that we can see that optical fiber will be taking that particular signal, and multiplexer and demultiplexer, that is a route running relay node will be there. So now once again optical fiber will be there, and ON is the optical network unit, it is optical fiber transmitter one receiver. See, this is the connection. So from this connection you can able to see that when there is a provision of transmitter and receiver at the same place, that means what, we can, the communication will be in a two-way, that's all. So you can see that one particular block, that is called one multiplexer and demultiplexer block. So in that particular multiplexer and demultiplexer block, either it will do multiplication or it will do the demultiplication also. That is what exactly the concept. And after that implementation of multi-C, these diagrams are not so important. First stage will be 2x8. Okay, so array waveguide gratings, and in second stage it is 1x4, 1x4. So multiple 1x4 are connected. So long reach PON. So long reach PON configuration potentially connecting the access network directly to the core network. So all those things will be there. You can able to see this particular diagram. The structure of dense variant division multiplexed, how it will be, you can able to see that one diagram. See, these diagrams are not so important. So whatever the assignment questions I have given for you people in the model number 5, so that much you prepare, that is more than enough. So lastly we can see that local area network. So in the local area network you can see that the 5 layers, so that is not 5 layers, it is 7 layers. In that we are taken only the first and second layer. So in that LLC, MAC and physical layers will be present. So that means the 2 layers are divided into 3 layers, that is local area network. So just explanation part of LAN will be there. So just go through it. See, all things are not necessary. So you can go through the important thing, that is enough. So hence the facilities supported by FDDI1 protocol will be summarized as, so 100 megabits per second, so up to 100 kilometers, up to 500 network nodes, 2 kilometers distance between the nodes, time token passing protocol, all those things will be present. So FDDI reference model and its relationship with the OSI model, you can see that. So it is being made to the 4 layers. Okay, so data link layer and physical layer have been divided into 4 layers. So here the data link layer is the logic link control, medium access control. Okay, so physical layer protocol, all those things will be present. So you can see that the dual ring structure or ring configuration and fault detection, how the thing will be there. Okay, so you can see that the primary ring, secondary ring, how signals are passing in the LAN network. So these are the syllabus contents, and these are the contents from your model number 5. Okay, so by this I can say that we have done with your syllabus. Okay, so if you want to ask anything related to the subject or related to anything, you can please ask me. So in the next class I try to what you call for that, I explain some of the things like assignments things and all those important things and all. I'm going to discuss some of the VT papers and all. Since you have the examination nearing by, okay, so you need to prepare well for your examinations and all. Okay, so you want to ask anything means what you can ask. So just a minute, students. I have some meeting to attend. So I just Okay, students, sorry, actually, I got some meeting to attend. Like your QCM, I am handling some other subject in the 4th sem also. For them, I joined 5 minutes and then I'm coming back to you. Okay. So now what I was explaining you is so important things from the model number 5 you can able to study. Okay, so and the model number up to model number 4 you can study perfectly. That is perfect. So for your examination, since you have the open choice. So do you have any doubt in the open choice examination, how it will be and all? So if you have any doubt, please ask me. So I'll tell you something. So Larry, you just unmuted yourself. You want to ask anything or what? So Hemant, anything you want to ask?
No, sir.
So do one thing, all of you, you can do like this. You can go to the assignment section. So in that any quiz and all, if you are not taken it, so please do take the quiz. So it will be taking around 10 minutes. So by the time I will end up the class. Okay. So please take the quiz. So how many of you are taking the quiz? Oh, okay, let me ask like this. How many of you submitted the assignment 1? Please raise your hands. How many of you completed number assignment number 5 assignment have been given? How many of you submitted assignment 1? Please raise your hands. See, initially, I'll tell you one thing, okay? Those who are listening, just listen like this. So initially, when we were studying, no, at that time, in the 8th semester, especially in the 7th and 8th semester, so before the technical seminar coming to existence, okay. So and after also, so what our teachers, when we are studying, what they were following is around 2.5 to 3 modules the teachers used to teach. Another 2 modules they will divide each and every topic to the students. Okay, so that we will be learning the content and we will be delivering in the class. Okay, in the daily routine we will be doing like that. So that it was building the confidence in us, because see, I tell you one thing, you can sit in one place and you can talk to us through the online. Okay, and the situation, second situation is what we are going to the stage in front of 60 students and you are standing and you are delivering a lecture. So which one is which one requires more courage to do it? You tell anyone. Let me see. So standing in front of few people, okay, and delivering a lecture is more courageous, correct? Yes or no? So why it is so? Because Why we need to learn that particular practice? Because see, once you become an engineer now, so you will not be sitting in one place and you are going to discuss that this is what exactly I have done. So you may have to, okay, so 90% or okay, 80% of the time. So at least, okay, let us consider now due to pandemic and all, you may not encounter all these situations. At least 50% of the times, so you may have to deliver your lecture. Okay, that means what, when you are doing a project, so project head will be there, okay, team leader, okay, your project mates, all people, round table conference, it will happen. There will be pen, okay, whiteboard will be there, projector will be there. You are going to present your ideas. So in front of 10 people, you are going to present your ideas and they will be asking you the questions. See, there at that particular point of time, they will not ask you that cross-examine you. Okay, so they just want to know that what is the idea. That's all. So in order you need to tell the message properly. Okay, that those are the things which are very, very fundamental, very, very important also. So that particular thing very clearly, my dear students. So now standing in front of some people and delivering a lecture or delivering a content as the day progresses, okay, you will be the qualities and then you will gain that particular knowledge and you can able to stand and you can able to deliver. But take it from me, during the initial days, it is not so easy because see one interview, okay, take it from me. So you so many people are asking few questions, you will get nervous. Okay, when you are getting the nervousness to just to convince one or two people in the interview, you just imagine to convince more number of people in 10 in a crowd of 10. It is not easy to, but once you nurture with it, once you're okay with it, once you learn from it, then it is very easy. Not very easy. The delivering will be easy, but content you need to prepare. So without content, you cannot prolong for much time because see, one time we can uh, make it a fun way and we can escape. But all the time, is it possible? No. You need to prepare yourself and you need to present. Okay, so you need to understand the pulse. Okay, you need to understand what exactly the expectations, how they want the answer, what exactly the answer. See, I'll tell you one thing. So expectation of the answers from every teacher is not the same. So I'll be expecting you in a one order. Another teacher will be expecting you in another order. Like that, you'll be having n number of clients. So one client will be expecting your material in one way, another client will be in another way. That means what you can see that. So for example, if you take the mobile, okay, so there are n number of mobile companies are there. All companies will be having separate expectations, correct? So now I tell you one thing. So in some of the mobiles, so they will be integrating the parts. Okay, they will be taking the parts from different companies. Let us consider they'll be using the Qualcomm. Okay, they'll be using Qualcomm processor. Okay, speaker. They may be made up of Qualcomm or Broadcom company. So the Broadcom company may be supplying for two mobile companies, but two configurations are something different. That is what exactly the my point here is. So you need to prepare accordingly. That is what preparation is the first thing you need to learn in your life. So so now I'll tell you one thing. So as of now, the syllabus. Okay, so we completed all the syllabus. So tomorrow class I will just engage with all the fundamentals of your fourth and fifth module questions, banks and all. So I am going to discuss with you and I will give you some tips, okay, regarding the what you call by an examination. And it's your responsibility here onwards, my dear students. It's your own whole and soul responsibility. You need to take it on your shoulders and you need to lead the life. Okay, so those who are placed, so please join the respective companies, learn things. Okay, so first learn, then remove the L, so earning will come automatically. If you are just behind the money, so straight away nobody will give you the money. So money is very important thing in everyone's life because once you got committed, okay, so you will be having the family, you need to feed your parents, you need to feed your family. So to feed them, it is not the only thing. Okay, you need to you need to pay a lot of fees, taxes. Okay, so a lot of medical expenses, everything will come into picture. So all those things, to bear all the expenses, you need to learn, you need to earn. So you need to balance your work and as well as so nowadays now in 1 or 2 years you will be concentrating more on your work, but after some time what will happen is you need to learn the balancing the life with the work. Why? Because work is not only the life, but work is the important part in the life. Without work, so you will not get any respect in the society. So take my words seriously. If you don't, if those are not placed, no, not a problem. So you have missed just an opportunity, but another opportunity may be opening outside. So go outside and do the courses. Okay, so you can ask your seniors also. Many of them done the courses and they have got placed also. So like that, you please make sure that you are going to learn everything and you are going to success in your life. So will that make the sense? So anybody want to see and knowingly or unknowingly, if I scolded any person, if I hurted any person in my career, okay, so in your career, okay, of your life, in your college life, so unknowingly or knowingly, if I troubled you, okay, any student, please don't mind. It is just because I want you to learn. That's all, nothing else. There is no what you call for the cold war. There is no bridge on you. Okay. Anyone want to ask anything? You can ask. Even anyone want to talk anything? You can talk. Okay. Okay, then you can all leave. Thank you.